Hi, welcome back. This is Pastor Kathy with Pastor Jarod
Hi.
at First United Methodist Church in Picayune. And for tonight's craft and devotion time, we are going to be making some salt dough ornaments. And what you need for that, these are our ingredients. It's just flour, salt, and water. So if you panic bought a ton of flour thinking you're going to make bread, but you haven't yet, this is the perfect use for it. You also need some equipment over here. So we have our baking sheet, a rolling pin, our handy dandy parchment paper, a bowl, a spoon. We have a couple spatulas, some stuff to cut the ornaments with, measuring cup, and a straw. And then over here is just our decorations. So I just have paint brushes, scissors, and twine. And I'm going to ask Jarod to move those aside for now. We'll move this over and bring our bowl to the center. Okay, and how we're going to start is with 2 cups of flour. And our little measuring cups are really neat. Miss Sherry gave these to us, and they are great for dry goods. Can you just pour it? I think that's going to be the easiest thing.
Pouring time.
So there you go. And we want right at 2 cups. Go ahead and dump that in. And then we want half a cup of salt. And I looked up a few different recipes, and it seems like everyone uses just plain old table salt. If you're at home and want to try it with Epsom salt, I think that would make for a good experiment, or maybe some rock salt, or even sea salt. I don't know how it would turn out, but if you need to spend some time with your kids and draw this craft out, you can experiment with different types of salt. So we're going to put that there, and then go ahead and mix in the flour and the salt so it's nice and even throughout. And then we are adding 1 cup of water. This is just room temperature water. Some recipes call for it to be hot. I'm not sure what difference that makes in the dough. Probably not much, if I had to venture a guess.
I bet it makes a difference.
It probably doesn't make a difference. It's probably just more steps to make it all the more complicated.
Ooh.
So we have our dough starting to form, and at this point, I've already made a little bit of a mess, but to keep from making a bigger mess, we're going to take some parchment paper and just set it center. And can you dust it with flour? I'm going to go ahead and take my rings off. The first week I had my engagement ring, we were making a dough for something, and I definitely went ring first into kneading it. So I'm going to set these to the side.
Is this dusting?
It's kind of heaping, but you know.
I've never done this before.
It's close enough. Sorry, I didn't clarify. It's good enough though.
Can you tell who cooks?
That's why you are here.
I'm here to learn.
Yeah. And if I am unclear about anything,
What she's saying is I am the lowest common denominator. That's what she is saying right now. And she's getting flour all over me.
well, that's your fault for wearing black pants.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to knead this together a little bit so that it's not as individually clumpy. Have you kneaded before?
Nope.
Okay, take your fist and roll it. There you go. Okay, and fold it in. And keep... Okay, let me take over real quick. Just so we don't lose any of our little edges here. Okay. See, it's already looking better. Just fold it a few times. You were doing great, sweetie. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You've been very helpful.
It's the first time I ever kneaded before.
Okay. I'm gonna make a little dough in a mound. And then take a rolling pin, dust it with flour, and just roll it out. We want our dough to be 1/4 of an inch, kind of the size you would make for punch-out cookies. You wanna give this a try?
I've done this before.
Okay, go for it. Can you spread it kind of that way? Okay. Doing great.
I contributed.
You're doing great.
Is that good?
A little bit more even. It's a little lumpy right now. Put some pressure on it. There you go. You're doing great.
Is that good?
You're still like a ridge right here. I got it.
It's because of the table.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
I don't think it's because of the table. All right, we have it nice and rolled out. We're gonna set this there so it doesn't get everywhere. Now, for our shapes, I really wanted Easter eggs, but I couldn't find a good Easter egg shape. So we have a little toilet paper roll. It's kind of an oval. We also have a plastic cup that we're gonna squish into an oval. And we're just gonna press out. I also grabbed, you need to press harder. Press it evenly all the way around. I'm not sure that's gonna work.
Oh well.
We tried. Here. Oh, okay. You got this. We're gonna just keep going until all our dough has been pressed out. Some of these are getting a little circular, so if you need to fix it.
I am so good at this.
Do you want to make a flower?
I want to make a flower next.
Here, make a flower.
Yes, flower time.
See? Just push it down evenly. Shake it a little bit. That's what... There you go. And pull up.
Yay, I did it.
See? That's so much easier. Do it. Do another one right there. Press down evenly all the way around. And see, you just kind of wiggle it a little bit. Make sure it goes through all the way. See?
Just like the Wiggles.
Just like the Wiggles, that's right. And once we get them all punched, you can go ahead and start this next step. We're going to take our straw and poke a hole in each one. And we're putting a hole for our string because it's going to be an ornament. You want to make sure the hole is removed. Yeah, hole is removed. It doesn't matter, it's going to go up there, go in the straw, and we'll clean it out later with it. I have a plan.
You mean I'm going to clean it out later at home?
Probably. But we have, I have a plan for it. There's some handy dandy paintbrushes that we can use.
Good. I know Blue would be proud of that.
I have no idea what that reference is.
Blue's Clues.
Okay. And you want to make sure your hole is not in the center of your ornament. You want it towards your top. There you go. Okay. And as he is pressing those out, I'm going to go ahead and get our baking sheet prepped. So we're going to set this to the side and use our parchment paper again because we don't like to do dishes here.
Nope.
So we're going to put this down to protect protect the baking sheet as these bake. And the ones that have holes already, we're going to move over. For some of the bigger ones, I have the spatulas over here. But it's a pretty firm dough, so we probably won't need those. It's denser than a sugar cookie dough. And what's great about this is it's non-toxic. So if your kid likes to sample as they go along, it's not going to hurt them. Now, it's also mostly salt, so they're not going to like it. So you don't run the risk of them eating everything. Thank you. Thank you. And we're going to have some extra dough left over, which we can reshape it to make more cookies. I keep calling them cookies because that's what they look like.
They're not cookies.
They're not cookies. You don't actually want to eat these. Okay. So we have this extra dough. We're not going to do anything with it for right now. We're going to go ahead and show you the next step. And off camera, we'll take care of this. Our oven is set at 250 degrees, and we're going to bake these for 3 hours. What we are looking for is for these not to brown, but for all of the moisture to kind of evaporate out of them. So you want to cook it low and for a long time. Mm-hmm. And that way it makes a nice hard ornament, but also makes it nice and not burned. Let's put it that way. So can you go ahead and stick them in the left oven, please?
Oven time.
And we'll check back in with y'all in a little bit. Going to continue working on our dough over here. He has it rolled out, and so he's going to punch some more ornaments out for us. And as he's doing that, I'm going to read The True Night Before Easter by Timothy Penland. And this is on loan to us from Miss Catherine Boxworth. 'Twas the night before Easter. Peter lay in his bed. He just couldn't sleep for the thoughts in his head. So much had happened in the last several days. It all ran together. It seemed like a maze. He met this man Jesus through Andrew, his brother. Jesus traveled the country along with his mother. Some called him the Christ. Some thought he was lazy. Some said he was wise. Others said that man is crazy. Wherever he went, folks crowded the street. When he stopped anywhere, children flocked at his feet. Most everyone liked him and thought he was good, but a few got so mad they'd kill him if they could. He healed many sick, raised some that were dead. Said, don't hate each other. Love others instead. Then a few days ago, as he rode into town, many came out to greet him. Some even bowed down. People laid down palm branches, children sang joyful songs, but the leaders were angry. They were scared of the throngs. They said, this man's evil. They thought he should die. They had a fake trial and paid some men to lie. Then they sent him to Pilate saying, kill him for us. It's you we will follow. It's you that we will trust. Don't hurt this good man, Pilate heard from his wife. So he tried to find some way to save Jesus' life. But the chief priests and the scribes had started a riot. The people were shouting and would not be quiet. They screamed, "Just kill Jesus. That's what you should do. You can blame it on us. He's no king of the Jews." Pilate finally gave in. He sent Jesus to die. He'd be nailed to a cross that was raised to the sky. Jesus died on that day and was laid in a tomb. As Peter remembered, his heart filled with gloom. He also recalled that Jesus had said he would die for our sins, but he would not stay dead. He said he was dying to pay for our sin, and if that was right, they'd see him again. But now 3 days had passed. Peter was there when he died, and he started to wonder if Jesus had lied. Then just before dawn, he heard someone outside. He wanted to see, but he thought he should hide. When he went to the door, there stood his friend Mary. She was screaming and yelling. This story was scary. She had been to the tomb. She shared what she had found. The stone had been moved. There was no one around. Peter stood there bewildered by what Mary said. Then John yelled, "Let's see!" And he took off ahead. When they got to the tomb, both men went inside. Jesus' body was gone. That could not be denied. Mary also came back to the garden grave. She was crying and sad as she looked at the cave. Then she noticed a man, a gardener, she thought. She went to tell him. It was Jesus she sought. The man looked at Mary. "Please help me," she said. Then he whispered her name and she lifted her head. Could it really be Jesus? Was he standing this close? She just fell at his feet. He's alive. He's arose. He has risen. He has risen. The disciples soon heard, and they told everyone this glorious word. Jesus died for our sins, but then he arose. He was really God's son. Now everyone knows. His promise is simple. His message is true. The tomb now is empty. He's alive just for you. The end. We hope you enjoyed this little book. Again, thank you, Miss Catherine. Jarod has some more ornaments done, and we'll see you when everything's done baking. Welcome back. Our little ornaments baked in the oven for about 3 hours, and then we let them cool for about an hour. And now they're pretty cool to the touch, and they're ready to be painted. For the ones that we are painting, we went ahead and brushed some of the extra flour off, and they're ready to go. So we're gonna paint some Easter eggs. Do you have a plan for yours?
I'm going to paint one yellow and one white.
And mine are gonna get polka dots, because I have a nice round brush, and that is probably the easiest thing to do. So did y'all ever do like dyeing Easter eggs when you were growing up?
No.
Any Easter egg hunts?
Yeah, we did those because those were free.
Huh.
My dad was very cheap.
My grandparents would always have us come over and dye Easter eggs, and then we would hide them in their, well, they would hide them in their yard. And then my other set of grandparents would always have a big family Easter egg hunt every year, and they would have money eggs, so that was very exciting.
Yeah, we had one that had $1 in it. It was big. We're big spenders.
Yeah, $1's a lot to a kid.
Yeah.
My grandfather was also, I don't know if thrifty is the word, but he would always carry all of his cash around in his wallet, and later in life he was getting, I don't know, blind's the correct term, but a little nearsighted. And so one year, my dad decided to play a trick on them. And so my brother found an egg, and Dad called my brother close to him and said, here's 100. I'll put it in the egg, and you to go tell Pawpaw that you just found $100 egg. And so Michael did. And from then on, we would always see Pawpaw in the corner silently counting all of his money to make sure he didn't accidentally give away one of his hundreds.
$100, man. I wish I had. Man, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know. Because people just carried those into their wallet.
Yeah.
How's the painting going?
I painted one yellow, and I'm painting another one white.
Very nice.
I'm very simple.
Hey, whatever gets it done, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you hear that noise, we're brewing coffee.
Because this is our 8th video today.
I've done a lot of videos, man. I respect them actors and YouTubers.
So it's time for them to have coffee. I will not be partaking of the coffee. I've hit my caffeine limit of the day. But Jarod and Keith, who's filming all of this, are pretty pumped for it.
Oh, we're super excited. Woohoo! And Mr. Keith has been a really good blessing in directing and filming and editing and what other things?
Sound design.
And making coffee, yes. We're very appreciative to him.
Very appreciative.
Coffee is my specialty.
You heard it from yourself, folks. Yeah.
So these eggs are now painted. Looks like you're done. I'm done. This is my little finished egg 1, finished egg 2.
This is my yellow one, and this is my white one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for coffee. The last step in this is taking a little bit of ribbon, or we have some twine here. We're not going to string our painted ones because they are still wet, but we're going to go ahead and string one of the ones that's already been done, or close to being done, and it's dry. So you cut it off a few inches.
Can I make a big one?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah, the twine's not great.
I get these ancient scissors from like 1980.
No, trust me, it's the twine.
Oh, these aren't church scissors? Oh.
They are church scissors, but
Ooh.
the twine I got because I thought it'd make for cute crafts, and it's just been a pain ever since. So, thread your little ornament. Got the ends even, and just tie a little knot in the end.
It's gonna be perfect.
This is how mine turned out. And it looks like yours is coming out pretty good.
I made a ornament pendant. Yeah.
Yes, you did. So, now these are ready to hang around the house to decorate for Easter. We hope you enjoyed this craft. We hope you enjoyed the story that went along with it. And we hope that you have a very blessed Easter this season. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good one.